Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of 19 corners, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Mark Webber yesterday puts him on pole position, and Kelly completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Norris, Russell, Verstappen, Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Sainz, Perez, Ricciardo, Ocon, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, Albon, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Joe, and Dennis Hauger. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done. battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.9 seconds. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 5.0 seconds. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Alonso's ahead of you. They're on old mediums. Leclerc is behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader, 5.4 seconds. And your pit window opens in 2 laps time. Okay, 18 laps to go. this lap, in this lap, push now. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 1.5 seconds. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Mark is in the pit lane. Mark in the pits now. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind running hard tyres. Good work, we're in P4. Leclerc ahead. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Norris behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. The distance to the leader, 7.7 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 13 laps to go. Verstappen has the lead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.4 seconds. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Gap to your teammate ahead, 10.4 seconds. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. place, you're in second place. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Alonso behind you now. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. All right, 6 laps to go now. Okay, you sat in P2. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That's Alonso behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. Second place, you're in second place. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Alonso behind you now. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. Yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Our income's solid at the moment. We should start considering where we can look to invest the profits we're making back into the team.